one slab will work with. So that is it. So peaceful. And when you are arranging, please, you are free to also join some ones like here. You can join things like this. So for us, like the natural light joining some of these things. So don't read for it for us. Clearly, method of resolving conflict has not worked. It has become urgent. It has become urgent. Therefore, for us to turn to peaceful conflict resolution methods that have been successful of the world. Here are few possible strategies. So here are a few possible strategies. It means that the next thing that we're going to read are the strategies. So if the question comes, give two possible strategies of successful conflict resolution. Here's the word strategy is already announced there. Say here are, means that immediately after they will have the strategies. So there are some students when they say that give one strategy of resolving conflict, say here I feel so you don't need to say it. Just say the strategies are the two strategies that we can use are, and they go to the passage and bring out the strategies. So let's move to the next slides. So we have this again. Say first of all, this we heard about strategies. So first of all, here is the first strategy. So you are going to know about each strategy with linking words. Like, first of all, means that after this, we are going to know, mean that all of this is about the first strategy. The next strategy is going to come later, because we don't have secondly, we don't have any word that indicates that we are moving to another one. So this is a strategy, and it is explained how we can use it. Vomeka.
Continue.
Mountain is definitely each seat of the conflict vision to the real
Reasonable again. So reasonable again from reason. So you know reason and reasonable. You can easily know the meaning of reasonable if you know reason. So reasonable again to have reason. But sometimes when you are angry, you are not reasonable in your behavior. So make the things reasonable. So let me repeat. I indicated these ones. When I said you can use text to know the meaning of words, you can guess the meaning of ants here if you know the meaning of ants. The ants, more ants. So an ant hill, so you can predict what it is. So from the content you can have an idea without a dictionary as a dictionary. So you should make use of other strategies like breaking up a word into two words if it's a one word to have an idea about what it means. So it may make the pride and anger. So it's anger from both sides. Make sure you read S at the everywhere in English generally. So you read S when you sides. You read it out. Look like an anthill rather than an insurmountable mountain. Mountain. So there's a relation between an anthill and a mountain. What's the difference? The anthill is very small, so it's something that be an ant. So it's small, but it looks like it has the shape of a mountain. So it has the same shape, but it's not as long as a mountain. It's not as high as a mountain. So an anthill can just be in centimeters, while a mountain is in meters and even kilometers. So you have to see that relation. So there's a relationship. So you can have an anthill like this, for example, and then we have a mountain like this, for example. So there's in terms of the shape, you can have something similar, but this one is very small, while this one is big. You have look like an anthill rather than an insurmountable mountain. So if you make good use of the strategies, something that is supposed to be a mountain can become very small like an anthill. So that was it, rather than an insurmountable. You have in and then surmountable. The meaning of surmountable, you can imagine the meaning of insurmountable. So something that you cannot surmount, something that you cannot climb. So a mountain that you cannot try to climb is so difficult. So it's insurmountable. The one that you can climb easily is surmountable. So insurmountable. So take note of prefixes and suffixes while reading. That's what I'm trying to emphasize. Insurmountable. It permits each side of the conflict to begin to be reasonable again. So it may take the pride and anger from both sides look like an anthill, even though it is very high. So that is a good strategy. The next, secondly, so far we're talking about only one point, and this is also a good idea for essay writing. So that I asked you to talk about 3 strategies or some strategies to resolve conflict. He said firstly, he said many things before moving to this one. But some people will say firstly, you just announce and stop there and move to secondly. It's not like that. So this is like an essay that has been written about conflict resolution. If the exam they say write an essay on conflict resolution, giving some strategies of how to resolve conflict, can you organize your work like this? Say firstly, you give. Secondly, we now have a different points. All right, let's have somebody to read for us. Secondly, collaborative. Who would like to try? Baba Sule, if you are eating, you can switch off your mic, switch off your video. Switch off your video if you are not, if you don't want us to see you. Let's have somebody to read, Steve from Vomeka. The other student that did not read. Domo wants to read again. Okay, Domo slide.
Secondly, collaborative problem-solving works well in resolving environmental and climate-related conflicts. This approach sets out to identify common ground between the parties. They focus on issues the parties have in common of the different interests.
Very good. Thank you again for this brilliant reading. We have secondly, collaborative problem solving works well in resolving environmental. So we have collaborative problem solving. This is a key term that we can retain here. So the second point is about collaborative problem solving. So what is collaborative problem solving? I'm going to explain. When somebody just tells you that the second point is collaborative problem solving, what is collaborative problem solving? You have to explain further. So the writer is trying to give us ideas and develop the ideas to reasonable messages for us to grasp. So we have collaborative problem solving works well in resolving environmental and climate-related conflicts. This approach sets out to identify common ground. So what are the similarities that these two people have in common? They are both students